Why do the worst people often seem to rise to the top? What hidden mindset allows them to succeed where others fail? Stay until the end, because the answer will completely change the way you see success. We grow up believing that kindness and fairness naturally lead to rewards, but reality often proves the opposite. Many who reach the top seem ruthless, selfish, or even manipulative. This doesn't mean we should become like them, but understanding the mindset that drives their success gives us a new perspective. Success is not always about being the best, but about playing the game differently. The first key lies in fearlessness. People often labeled as bad don't hesitate to take risks that others avoid. They ignore the fear of rejection, criticism, or failure. While most hesitate, they step forward. This boldness creates opportunities that naturally exclude the cautious. Success favors action, not hesitation, and those willing to be disliked often move faster. Another factor is the rejection of approval. Many chase validation, wanting to be liked and accepted. But the so-called bad personalities don't seek approval, they seek results. They know pleasing everyone is impossible, so they focus only on outcomes. Ironically, this indifference to opinions creates authority and respect, making them appear stronger, even when disliked. There's also the mastery of emotional detachment. Where most people let emotions cloud their judgment, these individuals act with cold calculation. This doesn't always mean they're smarter, but they separate feelings from strategy. In negotiations, careers, or competition, this detachment often wins because success rewards clarity, not kindness. But here's where it gets deeper. Bad people understand power. They know how to use influence, perception, and timing. They don't wait for permission. They position themselves to control the narrative. This isn't always about manipulation, it's about understanding human behavior. Success in many ways is less about talent and more about controlling the stage. Now the shocking truth. Society itself rewards these traits. We admire boldness, respect confidence, and follow those who seem unshakable. Even if their morals are questionable, their certainty attracts people. The game is not about who deserves it, but who plays it without hesitation. And often the so-called bad are simply more ruthless in playing. The question is, can we learn from them without becoming like them? The answer is yes. By studying their mindset, we can adapt the strengths, fearlessness, focus, detachment, without embracing cruelty. The challenge is balancing boldness with integrity, learning the strategies without losing our values. That's where true power lies. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Now let's dive deeper. One overlooked reason bad people succeed is their ability to handle conflict. Most people avoid confrontation, but these individuals embrace it. They see conflict as an opportunity to dominate, to negotiate from strength, or to reshape dynamics in their favor. By stepping into tension rather than running from it, they position themselves as leaders, even if their methods are aggressive. They also practice relentless self-interest. While many are distracted by trying to help everyone else first, these people prioritize themselves without apology. It might look selfish, but in a world where resources, attention, and time are limited, putting themselves first ensures they always stay ahead. Success, in their mind, is survival of the fittest, not a group project. Another powerful trait is persistence without guilt. When most people feel bad for pushing too hard or asking for too much, these individuals don't. They keep calling, keep negotiating, keep demanding until doors open. They don't accept no as an answer, and this persistence often pays off, not because they're better, but because they simply refuse to stop. Let's not ignore the role of resilience. While many break down under criticism or rejection, these so-called bad personalities turn negativity into fuel. They thrive under pressure, and rejection doesn't weaken them, it sharpens them. Where others retreat, they double down. This resilience, combined with audacity, makes them unstoppable in the pursuit of success. Finally, They know how to weaponize perception. Success is often less about truth and more about what people believe. Those labeled as bad are masters of creating an image, whether of power, authority, or expertise, that people respond to. They sell confidence before results, and because most people buy into appearances, their path upward accelerates. So, the uncomfortable truth is clear. Society rewards those willing to break rules others fear to touch. But if we extract the principles behind their success, we can use them without falling into corruption. Boldness, persistence, resilience, and self-prioritization. These are tools, and tools themselves are not evil. It's the way we use them that defines our legacy. We often think success belongs to the most talented, but in reality it belongs to those who know how to seize control of situations. People labeled as bad are skilled at turning circumstances in their favor, even when they lack the best skills. They rely on strategy more than talent, using leverage instead of pure ability. This flips the rules of the game, making them powerful beyond their actual capacity. Another key lies in their speed of decision-making. While most overthink, weigh every consequence, and hesitate, these individuals decide quickly and act immediately. Speed gives them an edge because opportunities disappear fast. They know mistakes can be corrected, but hesitation often costs the chance entirely. Their mindset is simple: act now, adjust later. They also use scarcity as a weapon. By making themselves less available, less accessible, or more mysterious, they create an aura of exclusivity. People chase what seems out of reach, and this psychological trick places them in higher demand. It's not about being better, it's about appearing rare and valuable, which drives influence and power. Another uncomfortable truth is their ability to detach from morality in decision-making. While most wrestle with questions of right and wrong, these personalities focus only on effectiveness. They treat success as a game of moves, not ethics. This detachment allows them to make hard choices that others would avoid, and those choices often lead directly to advancement. At the same time, their confidence is unshakable. Even when they fail, they project certainty, and certainty is magnetic. People follow those who appear to know what they're doing, even if they don't. Confidence often outweighs competence in the eyes of society, and bad individuals exploit this dynamic to climb higher. But perhaps the most important factor is their willingness to challenge systems. They see rules as flexible, not absolute. While most play within boundaries, these people test limits, push past barriers, and bend norms. This rebellious nature not only opens doors, but also makes them pioneers in areas others are too afraid to touch. Now let's go even deeper. One major reason bad people succeed is their ability to control narratives. They understand that perception shapes reality, so they carefully design the story others believe about them. Even if the truth is different, they sell a version of themselves that looks powerful, unstoppable, and worth following. In business and life, the story often matters more than the facts. They also master the art of emotional leverage. While most people react to emotions impulsively, these individuals use emotions strategically. They know when to provoke fear, when to inspire admiration, and when to appear untouchable. By controlling emotional currents, they guide situations in their favor. This gives them an advantage over those who are purely reactive. Another trait is their comfort with making enemies. Most avoid burning bridges, but bad people understand that opposition is inevitable and sometimes even useful. Having enemies makes them look stronger, gives them attention, and forces them to sharpen their tactics. They use rivalry as fuel, while others see it as something to avoid at all costs. At the same time, they thrive in high-pressure environments. Where others freeze under stress, they become sharper and more decisive. Pressure becomes their natural habitat, and instead of breaking down, they perform better. This ability creates resilience in moments that destroy the average competitor, pushing them further ahead in the race for success. Finally, they have an uncanny ability to separate identity from performance. If a project fails, they don't see it as a reflection of their worth. Instead, it's just another step in the game. This detachment allows them to keep trying without internalizing failure. Meanwhile, most people collapse under self-doubt, but they move forward untouched. So what can we learn? That success often rewards those who control perception, embrace conflict, and remain fearless under fire. While the moral question remains, the mindset itself holds lessons for anyone who wants to grow. By adopting their resilience and clarity, but balancing it with integrity, we can play the same game with a different ending. Let's uncover another layer of why people seen as bad often climb higher. They understand the hidden power of boundaries. Unlike most who overextend themselves trying to please, they draw firm lines. They say no without guilt, protect their time, and focus only on what brings results. This ruthless prioritization eliminates distractions and ensures their energy goes exactly where it matters most. Another trait is their capacity to adapt identities. They can switch roles depending on the situation: confident leader, silent observer, or aggressive negotiator. This flexibility makes them unpredictable and hard to control. By shaping how others see them, they maintain the upper hand in almost any environment, while others stay stuck in fixed roles. They also know how to extract value from every connection. Where most people engage casually, they look for leverage. Every interaction is seen as a potential resource. They build networks strategically, not emotionally, and while this may seem cold, it allows them to open doors that remain locked for others who rely only on goodwill. A fascinating point is how they redefine failure. To them, failure is not shameful. It's just part of the strategy. They don't quit after setbacks. They repurpose the loss, learn, and move forward stronger. This relentless cycle of trial and adjustment makes them progress faster, while others remain paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes. Finally, their ability to stay detached from comfort keeps them advancing. Where most settle once they achieve a little, bad personalities never stop. They are restless, always hungry, always seeking the next win. Comfort is their enemy, and this endless drive keeps pushing them ahead, leaving behind those who relax too soon. So the lesson becomes clearer. What people often call bad might simply be a form of radical focus and resilience. The danger is in using it without limits, but the principle itself is powerful. If applied wisely, these same traits can fuel extraordinary growth without sacrificing integrity. Here we arrive at the final layer. People considered bad often succeed because they are masters of long-term vision. While most chase short-term comfort, they are willing to sacrifice now for power later. They play the long game with patience and calculation, even if their methods seem harsh. This ability to delay gratification gives them a massive edge. Another truth is their comfort with solitude. Success often requires walking alone, making unpopular choices, and carrying heavy responsibility. Where most fear isolation, these individuals embrace it. They don't need approval or constant support to keep going, which frees them from the limits that stop others who depend on validation. They also exploit the psychology of bold moves. They make decisions so audacious that others hesitate to challenge them. This shock factor forces people to adapt to their actions rather than the other way around. By taking space aggressively, they set the tone, while others quietly adjust to their presence. At the same time, they are relentless students of human weakness. They observe, analyze, and anticipate how people will react. This knowledge gives them the ability to push buttons, avoid traps, and stay 3 steps ahead. Success to them is not luck. It's the outcome of understanding human behavior better than the average person. And finally, they refuse to apologize for ambition. Many downplay their goals to seem humble, but these personalities claim success openly and unapologetically. That level of certainty attracts opportunities, allies, and attention. Their mindset tells the world they are inevitable, and the world often responds accordingly. So the uncomfortable reality is clear. The traits that push so-called bad people to success are not inherently evil, they are tools. Fearlessness, persistence, emotional control, and long-term vision can all be used with integrity. The difference lies in intention. When combined with values, these same traits can build not just success, but respect that lasts. Success is not always about being the nicest person in the room. It's about understanding the hidden rules of the game. And now you've seen how even the traits we dislike in others can teach us strategies for growth. The choice is yours, to use these lessons with wisdom, balance, and integrity. If this video opened your mind, don't stop here. The next video I recommend will take you even deeper into the psychology of success and mindset, showing you how to transform challenges into fuel for your goals. It's a natural continuation of everything you've just learned. Click on the recommended video now and keep expanding your vision. The more you understand how the game is played, the better prepared you'll be to win it, on your own terms, with strength and authenticity.